Bonus dias. Good morning to all 17 people checking out the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast. Welcome to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast. I'm your host, Fink, the Ice Cream Man, checking in live and direct from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Man, today is week five of the NFL. Today, I'm about to bring y'all my predictions, man. First, I might as well just start going against my $40, man, because it seems like every time I go against them, they they pull out the victory. I was so happy that they won, although I did pick against them last week. On Thursday, but they won a divisional game, much needed divisional game, and them boys pulled it out, man. So we are definitely the number one seed in the NFC right now, man, tied with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, we still got a mountain to climb, man. We got a lot of injuries, but for somehow, man, we pulling it out, getting it together. But hey, I started out with the loss in my predictions Thursday, taking the 49ers, but hey, it is what it is. Of course, I'll take that loss. But now I'm gonna get into my predictions for the rest of the games, y'all, including Monday Night Football. Today, in about 15 minutes from now, we got a game overseas. It's the 1-2 Minnesota Vikings versus the 1-3 Cleveland Browns. I don't know what the Cleveland Browns is doing. They really disrespect. I ain't gonna say they disrespecting Shador, but it's clear that the people want him to play. You understand what I'm saying? It's clear that they want him to play. I'm beginning to think that the reason why they disrespecting that man's name is because who his name is. He's a Sanders. And we all know that the media don't care too much about his daddy. You know what I'm saying? I love Coach Prime. Coach Prime was the I'm gonna watch my words, but he was the man back in the day when I was growing up. He was the man. But they really disrespecting Shador right now. But we're gonna see. I want to see how this Doug Gabriel play. Gabriel. I only know his first name, but I think his last name was Gabriel. I'm willing to see how he play and see what's gonna be good with him. But in saying all that, man, I still got to go with the Minnesota Vikings because although they don't have a quarterback right now, I feel like Minnesota Vikings is still a better team than the Cleveland Browns. So I'm rolling with Minnesota in that one. Next 12 o'clock game, we got the Houston Texans coming in at 1-3 versus the Baltimore Ravens. They also coming in at 1-3. I'm actually kind of shocked that the Baltimore Ravens coming in at 1-3, but it's still a long season. Them boys is battle tested. Lamar Jackson is out today, I believe, with a knee injury, with a hamstring injury. Uh, I don't know who their backup quarterback is, so I'm not going with them today. I'm actually rolling with Houston today. I'm rolling with Houston today to defeat the Baltimore Ravens. Next, we got the 1-3 New York Giants versus the 0-4 New Orleans Saints. It's over for New Orleans. New Orleans is in the rebuilding stage. They actually talking about getting rid of their wide receiver Kamara. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering where he's gonna go here soon during the trade before the trade line kick in. Um, the New York Giants, Jackson Dart, that boy got his shine on last week. He got a dub, and he actually set a record with Phil Simms. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic that he actually set a record that for a quarterback that played for his team, historic quarterback that actually played for his team back in the day, way before my time. But he got his shine on last week, and I think he's gonna do it again today. So I'm rolling with the New York Giants in that one. Short and simple. You coming in next with the 2-2 Denver Broncos. They flying coming into the playing the Philadelphia Eagles coming in at 4-0. Short and simple, man. The Eagles. I think the Eagles gonna beat them. I think the Eagles gonna beat them. Uh, it's been a lot of rumbling going on about all this week about AJ Brown, the wide receiver. He's not getting the numbers that he should be getting. But hey, he's a Super Bowl champion. I think he actually been he been to 2 Super Bowls. He won one. Come on, man. I can understand you want to get your stats and stuff because that's what puts you in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But you getting them chips too, bro. You getting them chips too, and you getting paid to do it. So I think he probably gonna get his shine on. They gonna babysit him today. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stroke his ego today, so he'll get him about 2 touchdowns. He'll definitely get him 1 tub, 8 or 9 catches. For 120 yards and tub. They'll stroke his ego. So I'm rolling with the Philadelphia Eagles in that one. Next, you got the 1, 2, and 1. Not too often I say that. With that tie in the back of the included with the win-loss thing. You don't really hear about ties in the NFL. They really need to do something about that tie stuff. But they playing the 0-4 New York Jets. Cowboys versus the Jets. I think the Jets gonna get their first dub today. The Jets will get their first dub today. I'm telling you, they're gonna beat the Cowboys. They definitely gonna beat the Cowboys. Cowboys, it's about time for them to start taking that downhill fall. Letting y'all know that next year is gonna be y'all year. You know how y'all Dallas Cowboy fans is. Next year we gonna win the Super Bowl. So it's about that time for y'all to start falling on down in the ranks of the National Football. It's over for y'all, dog. Next, we got the 1-3 Las Vegas Raiders playing the Indianapolis Colts coming in at the Colts coming in at 3-1, while the Raiders are coming in at 1-3. Daniel Jones have made a resurgence in his career. Is it the New York Giants organization? Why these guys suck? I mean, you see what Saquon Barkley did with Philadelphia last year. Now look at Daniel Jones in playing with the Colts quarterback. He getting the shine on. Them boys 3-1. You know what I'm saying? I think number 1 in the division. Yeah, number 1 in the division because Houston ain't nothing, and of course the Titans, they ain't nothing. So yeah, they number 1 in the division. I'm rolling with the Colts today, y'all. I'm rolling with the Colts to beat the Raiders. Pete Carroll, I don't think he got that rejuvenation as he used to. You know what I'm saying? He did have beast mode, and he did have the Legion of Boom. So is that the reason why he's a revered coach? Same question that I can raise for Russell Wilson. He had beast mode, and he had Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is a great coach, but I'm just saying, look who he had. He was coaching. He had the Legion of Boom. Reason, some people are saying the reason why Russell Wilson is not playing well because those are people that he had on the side. But anyway, I'm rolling with the Colts today. You got Miami versus Carolina. Both of them coming in at 1-3. I'm rolling with Carolina. Carolina dog walked somebody earlier this year, and this ain't really saying too much. This is gonna be a real ugly game. If you like to bet, I actually will bet this game to go under because you don't have the threat of Tyreek Hill no more. He's out. Some people are saying that his career might be over with. We might not see the Tyreek Hill of old, at least. But I'm rolling with the Carolina Panthers today. Now, in the 3 o'clock games, we got the 3-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shout out to my boy Big Bow Wow down there in Lakeland, Florida. I hope you living your life like it's golden, man. Uh, Shout out to my wife. My wife is in the chat room too. How you doing, baby? Uh, Baker Mayfield, he playing the 3-1 Seattle Seahawks. I got faith in Baker. So I'm rolling with Baker, and I'm rolling with Baker in this one right here. I think Baker gonna beat the Seattle Seahawks. You got to put some respect on this name, man. I think he playing like a top 10 quarterback for the first time legitimately in his career. You know, they always wanted to say that he was a top 10 quarterback back in the day, but this year, man, he definitely getting the shine on. He definitely is. Next, we got the abysmal Tennessee Titans. They coming in at 0-4, playing against the Arizona Cardinals. They coming in at 2-2. First, I want to say this here about the young bull up there in Tennessee, the quarterback Cam Ward. Last week he said his team was ass. They need to play better and stuff like that. I like that what the young man said. That made me really want to pay attention to him. He's the future. He's the franchise player for the next 10, 15 years if he played well. And for a rookie to come in and say, you know, we're not playing as well as we should, and it starts with him, I got to put some respect on that man's name. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start really paying attention to this young man. You know, they say some people are saying that he's falling out of love with playing football because they say he was not really a highly recruited player coming out of high school, and then he went to 2 different colleges. He went to out there in the West Coast to play college football, and then he transferred to Miami and got a shine on, and eventually set some big major records in the whole history of college football. So I'm gonna start paying attention to the young man. You know, they actually starting to say that he's falling out of love with football because he's starting to lose for the first time in his career. But I hope the young man keep his mind right and keep going to that positive staff. But in saying all that, he gonna lose today though. He's gonna lose to the Arizona Cardinals because Tennessee, they just suck. But I am willing to see. I'm gonna watch that game. I'm willing to see how his team responds to calling to their future, calling them out. That's what I'm more really intrigued to check out right there. How the team is gonna play after they franchise quarterback called them out. That's why we having this new stadium built up the street. They started actually building it right now. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta have a good team to start off in there. So I'm rolling with the Cardinals today. Next, you got the 2-2 Washington Commanders versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I always get twisted on the Los Angeles Chargers. They was out there in San Diego when I was out there. But they coming in at 3-1. Justin Herbert been playing. He been balling this year. He's definitely up for the MVP chase, in my opinion. They coming in at 3-1, playing at home. That's actually going to be a pretty good game. I don't really know if Daniels is playing, but if Daniels is playing, that was going to be a real hard game for me to pick. But if you know anything about the NFL, it's when teams fly from the East Coast to the West Coast and they have to play at 12 o'clock on Sunday, normally lose. But what favors the Washington Redskins, not the Washington Redskins, but the Washington Commanders, put some respect on their name, what benefits them is this game is at 3 o'clock. So I am going to go with the Chargers today in this one right here. I'm rolling with the Chargers to defeat the Washington Commanders. Next, you're coming in with the 3-1 Detroit Lions versus the 2-2 Cincinnati Bengals. We all know that Joe Burrow is out uh, for the season with a toe injury. He can't throw the ball. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That boy been going through a lot since he been in now. They saying that his career might be over, but he might not be the Justin Burrow that he's just injury prone. Is what they saying. So he's not playing. They still got some pretty good players over there on the skill side of the game, especially on the defensive side of the game. Uh, but they gonna get beat today by the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions will defeat the Cincinnati Bengals. Shout out to my wife, man. She said, "How about them Cowboys? The Cowboys gonna lose today, baby. The Cowboys definitely gonna lose today." Sunday night football, man. We got a divisional game. We only had 2 divisional games this week. They've been feeding us with a lot of divisional games early in the season. I got a hellified record on the divisional side of the game. Shit, I'm 19-5 in my divisional games. Anyway, tonight you got the 2-2 New England Patriots versus the 4-0 Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not surprised on what Buffalo doing. I'm more surprised on what Baltimore is doing. I'm right on. Shout out to Caden. Caden said Buffalo Mafia. Listen to me when I talk. Listen to when I'm talking about your team right now. Buffalo. And first, please like and subscribe to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast, Caden. But Buffalo, I'm not surprised on what they're doing. Not at all. I'm more surprised on what Baltimore is doing. You know, that's what I'm more surprised about. So, in saying all that, this been a divisional game. I'm going with Buffalo tonight, Caden. I'm rolling with your people. I'm rolling with your boys today. That's not a surprise. New England, they pretty tough on the defense. Kind of lacking on the quarterback side of the game. I haven't really paid too much about him, but paid too much attention to him. But definitely rolling with Buffalo today, Caden. Make sure you subscribe to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast, man. I do this every Sunday. I'm talking about my picks, dog. So check me out. Please check out my other content too, man. Monday Night Football, man. We got the 2-2 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 3-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm actually kind of surprised that the Jacksonville Jaguars is doing what they're doing. They got that number 4. I think it's number 41. I can't think of his name. That boy is a bad boy. And I actually remember seeing him play when he was a rookie in preseason a couple of years ago. And I said, man, that dude's going to be a solid player. And he's definitely getting his shine on. So I'm going to actually watch that game tonight, Monday. And so I can get to know who he is. Because that boy, he's a bad boy with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, when it comes down to Travis Hunter, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but conundrum. Lawrence is not he's the quarterback. Lawrence, he's been there long enough to be able to elevate his game. Now you got this standout rookie that can play wide receiver 2, He can run the route tree. Maybe that's he got a target that he can pick and play with. So that's the reason why I think they got him on the offensive side of the game to help bolster their struggling quarterback that's been there 4 or 5 years and they ain't really took that step yet. My personal opinion, I think he will be an all-pro player if he stuck with the defense. I heard the people that I follow, say that this year alone he would already be, if he was to stay at defense alone, they say he will already be the defensive player of the year already. But he playing NFL legend tonight, Monday, and Mahomes and Kelsey. I ain't even gonna get into Kelsey and his boo thing, but he need to get back and get his mind right. He done cost me a lot of money. Patrick Mahomes, man, you got to give him, man, some respect. He's definitely the best quarterback in the league. I don't give a fuck about Lamar Jackson or not, but Patrick Mahomes, he's the guy that I would want on my mom. He's the guy who I would want to lead my team. So I'm going with Patrick Mahomes, boy, Monday. I'm rolling with them. All right. I'm going to give y'all a recap on the games that I picked. As I said, I came in Thursday with the loss, took the L when I went against my boys with the Rams. If you want to win some money, take these teams right here. I'm going with the Vikings, Houston Texans, the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jets, the Indianapolis Colts, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Arizona, the Los Angeles Chargers, Detroit Lions, the Buffalo Bills, and on Monday night, the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, I'm coming in as of week 5 overall at 44-20-1 with a winning percentage of 69. On the divisional side of the game, with all the divisional games, the neighborhood superstar is 79% winning percentage. Games, 19 victories, 5 losses. So if you want to win some money, listen to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast. I'm out, y'all. It's been good talking to y'all this morning, man. Like I said, subscribe to the Neighborhood Superstar Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, man. I'm out. Peace.